So today we are here with one of my employees, Coda, and he has brought in one of his friends, essentially, working dogs, and we're going to do some color today. So I would like Coda to explain and introduce his background and what these dogs are used for, and the competition that he's going to be used in after he's getting colored. So tell us a little bit about him.
All right. So this is a Belgian Malinois. His name is Hadis. He's around 5 or 6 years old.
I love his name.
He comes from a trainer that I used to work for, that I still work for occasionally. And he competes he's a sport dog. He competes in sports such as dock diving, bite work, agility, those types of things. We are dyeing him for his upcoming dock diving competition in the 16th and the 17th of this month in May. He's gonna do, I believe, AR retrieve and speed retrieve in dock diving.
What's AR retrieve?
AR retrieve is where there is a bumper and they put it over the water. They let the dog see it and he has to go jump for it.
Yeah, that's the ones I'm used to seeing. Okay.
And the speed retrieve is kind of similar. Same thing, a toy out in the water, but this one's like almost over the surface of the water, jumps in, has to get it as fast as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. He is a very well-behaved dog.
Yeah.
Color on dogs like these, like you're like, oh, a lot of short-haired dogs are not known for being good for grooming. They're not taken to the groomer very often.
Very true.
So it's a good showcase of his temperament because he can be handled by people outside. Like he can go to the groomer and get this done. I can do it, and I haven't handled him in bite work. I haven't handled him for dock diving. It's a good showcase of his behavior with other people. He goes to vending events. It's great for the children because the dogs see a shepherd and they can be scared of them. Whereas they see a dye dog and they're like, oh, that dog's cool. He loves kids and it's perfect. Like,
but that also makes talking topics for even if you have a short-haired dog, bring them to the groomer, get them done. Like this is a socialization thing, not only for grooming, but also for general public knowledge too.
Any form of handling like this is good.
All right. So if we look at our table, I tried to set it up as best as possible that we have everything we need. Of course, you're always going to be like, crap, I should have got this. Yeah. Since we know what colors you've used in the past on him, you've brought the colors in today of what we're going to use. The first thing I want to do is mix up the black so that it has time to sit in the bowl and develop. I have done that before where I haven't given it enough time for the black to develop and it comes out like a dark blue and I start panicking. So we're going to do the black first. It's 2 separate ingredients that you're mixing together in a bowl. It's also imperative that you never use a metal bowl. You always want to use plastic. Yeah. Some of the product does have things in it that will cause oxidization, and it will disrupt if it's in a metal bowl. You're always going to be using plastic doing any dye job. Anything. If all else fails and you're at home, grab like a Ziploc or Glad container. Never go for your metal bowl.
Yeah.
So we're going to mix these two. We're going to mix them up really good together. Here, if you want, Coda. I'm going to do it in the clear bowl so we can see the difference. Pour that in, and I'll pop on this. Completely pour all that in because we're going to use everything on him. And then if you get everything out, put the top back on, and we'll just leave it upside down. But this way we get everything. But I want to do it in this bowl so we can really see that the color has developed as opposed to doing it in the black bowls where you won't see the color development. We're just going to do all of it because we're going to use all of this. This is the worst. It's like using toothpaste and you can never get the last bit out.
Yeah.
All right. What you can do, what I like doing first is instead of using the brush side, use the pick side, I call it, and mix that a little bit more because you'll get it, and then we'll switch to the brush side.
It's like a whisk.
Yeah. Some groomers actually will use whisks. It's not a bad idea. I just haven't bought a whisk myself yet.
That's fair.
Here, try 2 and see if it works better with 2. And like, chopsticky. Gonna mix that up. And inevitably, we're gonna see what this black develops into. You can see now it's obviously like that brownie color. Well, I already skipped the first step, which was put gloves on. So we're going to sit and let this develop. When we go back in and start mixing it up more, we'll use the other side of the paintbrush because then it'll be more even throughout here of the brush. The very first step that we should have started with, we're going to put gloves on. Going to put gloves on. Coda and I were just talking, and he was saying that he doesn't really care to use gloves. Like, it doesn't matter to him. The reason why I use gloves is only because when I have other clients' dogs coming in, I don't want them to see color on my hands and think that their dog is going to get colored while they're here too. So for professional reasons, I put gloves on so that it doesn't look bad to my clients. Yeah. That's the only reason. It has nothing to do with my safety.
Yeah. I typically only dye one dog at a time, or I'm doing my own dog. So.
Yeah, could you imagine bringing your little white dog into a groomer and the groomer's hands are covered in color? I'd be terrified. So because we're putting this color all over his body, I think the best thing we're going to do is we're going to do one big, large mixing pot because we don't want that color to look any different.
Yep.
Cool. There you go. Yeah, rub that cap on there. So you can see this is the orange we're starting with, and that's what it's going to look like. We're going to let it dry. You can just toss those. We're going to let that orange dry and see, but we also have to consider, go ahead and dump him. We also have to consider his original color. He's not a white dog, so it's going to be altered by the natural, by the natural color of his coat. And then put the cap back on and leave that upside down. Yeah, because we'll use every little bit of this. We're going to have to use the bowls like mixing back and forth so that we get the same consistent color. We have everything mixed up. Everything has been mixed together, so we have the same color consistency throughout. And we're going to put some color on.
Sounds good.
Cool. Coda and I were just talking about how we're going to apply the color. He has done this color himself before and you have your own technique. Yeah. So everyone has their own technique. What's proper, what's not is completely a different topic in and of itself. But you've done it before. Do your thing. I'm going to start with the legs and then you do the body.
Yep.
Cool?
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Do you have a preference on where this color stops on him, like on his legs?
No. Okay. We have a lot and it works in very nicely to his coat. So I usually just try to cover anything that's orange.
Okay. Coda was telling me a story about, it was a Cane Corso, you said, right?
Presa Canaria.
Oh, even better. And tell us what happened.
So her name was Zoe. She's a client of the trainer that he belongs to. Her owner wanted Zoe dyed, so we said we'd start with her butt, see how it goes from there. So we did that. And so Zoe, I was told, loves children, but like kids were afraid of her, you know?
She's scary looking.
Yeah, she was scary. She's a big Mastiff type dog that can look very intimidating to a small kid. So she said they used to cross the street and Zoe would be like, oh.
People would avoid her. Yeah.
So once she got dyed, people were coming up to her. They were saying hi. They were like engaging with her and her mother was overjoyed.
Aww.
She loved it. I remember the trainer texted me. She's like, Zoe's mother loves to dye. She said everyone's saying hi to her. They're approaching her. And it's so wonderful.
Which just goes to show a few things there, right? Taking into consideration the dog, if they like the attention, if they like other people, if they like, strangers essentially. But also doing color is a great way to socialize your dog. There's more to it. But as it pertains to picking a dog for color, you have to make sure you're picking a dog that is okay with getting the attention.
Yep.
We're applying the base color right now and just making sure it's worked into the coat so that color picks up on him to look like that orange tiger look. We took into consideration his natural color and how the color is going, or how the dye is going to develop on him and look after that. And the next step is to apply that black dye to give him some stripes. So Coda is gonna do is doing the tiger stripes on him at this point. We were talking about the best way to go about doing that, which is that all the stripes need to match up on his spine. So I think the best thing is that just giving yourself the line across the top here, and then once you're doing one side at a time, the lines aren't gonna match up anyway. What's the method to your madness right now?
So usually when I'm doing patterns on these guys, I actually reference the animal I'm doing. Like how my guys dyed a leopard, I use leopard rosettes as an example for how I wanted them to look. For him, I referenced the tiger. I have my phone on over there. And because we started with the back, I wanted to see how back stripes look on the tiger. I'm actually combining how the stripes look on the body and putting that on his back as well to make it look a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I usually use the animal that I'm referencing as a way to paint how the pattern looks. It makes it look more realistic, and it also you can usually guess what animal the dog is based after due to that.
Yeah.
All right, so I usually do one side of the dog at a time. It lets me review how everything looks before going over to the other side. So we're finishing up this side right now, and once I'm done with this neck portion, I'm gonna start from butt and work my way up, just like what I did on this side.
What do you think?
I like it.
He looks good. He looks really good. You were right about the color mixing. You're like, no, we need more red in here.
Yep.
Yep.
Because the orange definitely comes out on his coat. And like, even though we mixed it evenly, you could definitely see like, just because his coat's a little bit darker and some lighter in some places, it still looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Coda's gonna get some cool video of him doing dock diving this weekend. But yeah, I think it's really interesting. Also get some video of how the general public interacts with him too, because that's the whole premise of this YouTube project that I'm doing, is that it's not just about that. It's about it's such a different experience for a dog when they're in collar.
Yeah.
It's beneficial in so many ways that you can't describe. So get video of not only him dock diving, but also how the public views him. I think that's really great. Did you learn anything today?
I did.
Little interesting. Yeah. I'm interested to see how long this lasts.
Me too.
So we got to stay on track and see how long this lasts. That it makes a difference when you have a dog that's washed, prepped, and their coat is ready to go versus just throwing color on them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But he did really good today. Thanks, Hades.
Beautiful flying, little boy.